Yo, producers, so check it out, man. You ever get on social media and you see something, you see a post from someone, and you just get this sudden urge to leave a negative comment or just say something really shitty or slick or just troll someone for no reason just because you felt like doing it?
Yo, put the loop on.
You know, with all this talk lately about producers getting the short end of the stick and, you know, not getting paid and just all this crazy shit on the internet. As a music producer and being part of the music producer community, at the end of the day, man, like, all we have is each other. I know that sounds like corny or whatever it is you want to call it. Like, all we have is each other. So I think the best thing that we can do right now as music producers is to uplift each other and to educate each other and not tear each other down. You know, like when you see posts on the internet of, you know, someone selling a drum kit or debating about, you know, sample free, or if you use, you know, loops, you're not a real producer, or all this stuff, man. There's all these like different debates with music producers, and we're consistently just like battling each other and trying to outdo each other. And, you know, that's been happening for many years at this point. I think it's time for a change, man. You know, it's a new year, it's 2021. I think it's time for a change. I think we need to stop bickering with each other and really just start to pay attention to what's important. And I think a good start is to take out all the negativity and hate and competition and really just start empowering each other, start showing love to each other and support each other, you know, in this little producer community that we have. So I was thinking the other day, I was like, you know, seeing comments on certain Instagram posts and even, you know, on YouTube, and I'm just seeing so much negativity, like people just leaving crazy comments, disrespectful comments for no reason. And I'll admit, like, a lot of it's funny, like some of it's funny. I know some people are just, you know, trying to just be comedians or have honest, you know, opinions about certain things, and you're allowed to have an opinion for sure. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, why are you leaving certain comments on certain pages? Like, what is the reason behind it? And what I'm seeing and what I'm observing is that a big reason why some people leave negative comments on social media, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, is just to get their shit off real quick. They feel obliged to just say something negative so that they can feel better about themselves. Obviously, you know that there's no real return on investment when you do that. I mean, there's no real positive outcome. You might feel good for a few seconds or a few minutes after you leave like a negative comment, but after that, I mean, you're pretty much done, you know what I mean? And that's it. You know, there's certain things that you can do to alleviate this problem, right? So I have some tips for you, and I really want to put this out there. And, you know, I really would love for you guys to take this seriously. You know what I mean? Like, really think about it for a second. Here's 6 things that you can do right now so that you could prevent yourself from leaving negative comments on someone's page. All right, so step number 1, stop comparing yourself to other people. That is literally the worst thing that you can do, is compare your life, compare yourself to other people, whether it's your friends or colleagues or, you know, celebrities or other successful people. Program your mind and get into this mindset of not comparing yourself to other people. I think you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to compare yourself to what other people went through or what other people were able to accomplish, right? And it's one thing to be inspired, you know, and to, you know, look at someone's success and say, okay, like, that's amazing, and that person worked hard. I want to work just as hard, if not harder, to get the same things, if not more, right? Like, you know, I already know, like, you guys see the plaques in the back, and you see, you know, my success and everything, and I'm super grateful for this, for all of this, you know what I mean? I'm super grateful. But I didn't get here by consistently comparing myself to other people. There's people out there that are way more successful than me. And then there's people out there that aren't as successful as me, right? And that's true for everyone. That's true for me. That's true for the biggest producer in the world or just an upcoming producer, right? There's always going to be people that are more successful than you. There's always going to be people that are less successful than you. You are just you, right? So find a way to appreciate what you have, be thankful for what you have. Don't compare yourself to other people. You can find inspiration and get inspired by people, but don't use that to bring yourself down and make you feel not as important or not as valuable. Step number 2 is to let go of trying to compete with everyone. Let go of competition. Stop treating this like it's a competition all the time. And again, it's one thing to get inspired and, want to be the best player in the game. I get that. And you can continue to do that and be inspired. But I think where you make the mistake is when you consistently try to one-up everyone and you try to be the best so much that you forget about why you're even playing the game in the first place, right? It's like everyone's out here competing, thinking this is basketball, and everyone's trying to be Jordan. Well, you're not Jordan, and this isn't basketball. It's called life. It's called music. It's called being a music producer. It's music production, right? And so it's not a competition. The more you try to compete with people, the more you're creating this unnecessary friction between yourself and with them. And you're going to just, at some point, you're going to lose it. You're going to forget why you're even doing this. And it could be very detrimental to your career and to staying focused on what's important, right? So drop the competitive stuff. There's always going to be someone out there that's going to one-up you or someone out there that's more successful, like I just said. And the more you try to compete with everyone, the more you're going to alienate yourself and distance yourself from building a real community and from really connecting with other people. And you guys know just as well as I do, one of the most important things in this industry is to connect with people on a deep level. And if you're trying to just compete with everyone, even if you're doing it secretly, if you're programming your mind to just compete all the time, you're going to eventually alienate everyone and you're going to be left with no one. And that's a shame. So be mindful of that and drop the competitive stuff. The third solution for you to prevent you from leaving a troll comment on Instagram or being frustrated is to get out and do fun stuff. Simple as that. Put the phone down, get outside, and do some fun shit. You know what I mean? Like, not everything has to be on social media. Not everything has to be publicized on social media, right? There's a physical world out there that's way more fun and way better than just living on the internet. So create this kind of habit of like putting the phone down, limit your social media intake, and get out there and do fun stuff. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and try things, right? Like people aren't going to judge you on what you do, and really think about things that bring you joy, right? Like do things that are fun. Don't worry about being judged by what those things might be. Just get out there and enjoy yourself and try things and be experimental and, get your mind in this place of joy and passion. 9 times out of 10, you'll realize that a lot of those things happen outside of the internet, outside of Instagram and, Twitter and all the social media, things in real life that you can do. Really take the time to put the phone down and live your life and do those little simple things that bring you joy will definitely go a long way. The fourth thing that I want you to do is to unfollow accounts that don't bring you joy, right? If you're following an account where they're posting stuff that makes you jealous, or they're posting stuff that makes you depressed, or they're posting stuff that may trigger you in some kind of way, unfollow those accounts. It's really that easy. One thing that I did a long time ago is I went through all my social media accounts and I just started unfollowing people that I didn't enjoy content from, right? So currently right now for me, and this helps so much, I'm only following people that either inspire me or post up stuff that's entertaining or post up content that's informative, stuff like that. I mean, stuff that empowers me and makes me feel good, So if you're following anyone that makes you feel shitty or triggers you in any kind of way, just hit that mute button or unfollow button and just unfollow the person. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. This is actually like a super simple thing that you can do that is, trust me, super, super effective and will make a world of difference. It's really that simple. All right, and last but not least, if you want to stop yourself from leaving a troll comment or become a troll on social media, go listen to your favorite song. Listen to music. I know that's simple and seems obvious, but if you find yourself about to just say something crazy on the internet, stop yourself. Go to your iTunes playlist or whatever, Spotify, whatever, or if you're at home in the studio, immediately play a song that you love. It could be one of your songs, it could be anyone's song, just something that you love, something that you enjoy. Hit play and listen to the song straight through in full. I guarantee you by the end of the song, you're going to forget about it. You're not going to be angry anymore. You're not going to be jealous anymore. Your head's going to be in a different mind state. And you're really going to feel a lot better, right? And I know that's super simple and straightforward and easy, but trust me, do it. Trust me, do it, because you're going to feel better after doing that than leaving a shitty comment, a negative comment on social media. At the end of the day, going to make you look crazy. You know what I mean? It's going to make you look crazy. And you guys have to remember too, if you leave really shitty comments, negative comments on social media, that's a permanent record. That's a permanent record of you talking crazy, right? And so if you're a music producer, or if you're an artist, or if you're someone in this business, you got to know, the industry is small. The industry is small and people talk, right? So if you are going on public record saying crazy things about people, you never know. One day that person that you're talking shit about or talking shit to might be someone that you would have wanted to collaborate with, or someone who might have been able to help you, or someone who might be in a powerful position to maybe change your life one day. You never know, right? It's so obvious, this stuff. It's so obvious, but you just have to be mindful and be careful and leave the negativity in 2020. At the end of the day, what we're doing here is we're leaving the negativity in 2020, and we're realizing that the music producer community is growing, it's abundant, right? It's healthy. There's so much talent out there, but it's up to us. It's up to us to really help each other, right? I know I'm in a really, really blessed position to be able to say stuff like this and hopefully create some kind of impact, right? This is something that I've been doing for years, whether it's through my Mind of a Wolf course or drum kits or all the content that I put out there. This is something that I think is very important, and I want to help set the example for you guys, right? And we're all we got, man. I know that sounds corny, but we're all we got. And if we want to uplift each other, and we want this producer community to rise up and create more momentum and become a more tight-knit, healthy community, we have to start with each other. And we have to start with each other, and we have to set the example for each other. That's the only solution right now. So shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. I know I've been away for a while, but I told myself 2021, I'm going to start just doing some of these raw, Q&As, and I want to connect with you guys more, like on a deeper level. And I'm going to be doing this a lot more this year moving forward. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to all my music creators. Obviously, you already know, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon.